guys, welcome to logical reasoning video on clocks from UPSKILL, the complete learning platform. Reasoning forms an important session of placement tests, job interviews, banks, and other exams. To crack these, you need to score very well in the reasoning session, and it's not that difficult task to learn. First of all, the important tip related to clock reasoning is practice and time management. The more you practice, the better you will get at the logic and the faster you will get at solving. Now, coming to a topic, we find 1 to 2 questions on clock in every question paper. Today, in this video, we'll be seeing some of the sample questions on clock reasoning and how to solve them easily. So, let's begin. Before starting with the problems, you should be well known with the important facts relating to the clock and the formulas that you're going to apply to solve a clock reasoning problem. First of all, the basic fact that we all know, a clock has a total of 12 equal divisions which are known as hours. Now talking about the angle covered, the angle covered in 12 divisions will be equal to 360 degree. That is, the angle made by a needle that completes one single rotation will be 360 degree. So, the angle covered in one division will be equal to 30 degree. That is 360 by 12 will be equal to 30 degree. So, in short, each needle of a clock covers the same angle of 30 degree to go from one division to the next. But the point to be noted is that it takes different times to cover this distance. That is, different needle takes different time to cover the distance between the two divisions. An hour needle makes an angle of 30 degree in 60 minutes. So, in 1 minute, it will make an angle of half degree. Next, minute needle. Minute needle will make an angle of 30 degree in 5 minutes. So, in 1 minute, it will make an angle of 6 degree. Second needle. Second needle will make an angle of 360 degree in 60 seconds. So in 1 second it will make an angle of 6 degree. Now let's move on to some of the sample questions that today we'll be solving. These questions are most common in the clock reasoning types. Our first question is, it is 4 hours and 40 minutes in a clock. Find the angle between both the needles of a clock, and we are given with 4 different options. Here, it's said to find the angle between both the needles, that is hour and minute needle, provided the time is 4 hours and 40 minutes. So, to calculate the angle, we can simply use a formula, and the formula is theta equal to 11 by 2 into m minus 30 into h, where theta indicates the angle, m is the minute, and h is the hour. And by substituting the value for m and h, we can get the angle between the needles. Here, m equal to 40, h equal to 4, and by calculating, we get the answer as 100 degree. So, 100 is the angle between the hour needle and the minute needle when the time is 4 hours and 40 minutes. So, our correct answer is option A. Our next question is of the same pattern. So our question is, what will be the angle formed between the needles of a clock at 8 hours and 40 minutes? It's similar to the previous one, so we can use the same formula. Theta equal to 11 by 2 into m minus 30 into h. Here m is 20 and h is 8. By substituting the value for m and h in the formula, we get the angle as 130 degree. So our correct answer is option A. Now, our next question is, at what angle the hands of a clock are inclined at 15 minutes past 5? This question looks a bit different, but it's of the same pattern as the previous. So here we are provided with the time as 5 hours 15 minutes, and we are set to calculate the angle between the hour needle and the minute needle. So we can use the same formula, that is theta equal to 11 by 2 m minus 30 into h. Here we can substitute the value of m as 15 and h as 5, and by calculating we will get the answer as 67.5 degrees. So our correct answer is option D. The three problems that we have done till now were of the same pattern. Now let's solve a different type of problem. In this type, they will be giving us the mirror image of a clock showing a time and will be asked to find the actual time. Before solving this, let's find a general solution. Let's say A be the actual time and M be the time in the mirror image. If M comes before 11 o'clock, then A will be equal to 11.60 minus M. And if M comes after 11 o'clock, then A will be equal to 23.60 minus M. These two cases are to be noted and the problems under this type are to be solved accordingly. Now let's see a question. The mirror image of a clock shows 11:20 hours time. Find the actual time in the clock. So here they have given the time in the mirror image as 11:20 and we have to calculate the actual time. So just a simple subtraction. Subtract 11:20 from 11:60 and we will get the actual time. So actual time will be equal to 11:60 minus 11:20, that will be equal to 0040. Now 00 hours represents 12 hours. We all know that. So our answer is 12:40. So our correct answer is option C, 12:40. Next question is, the mirror image of a clock shows 8:30 hours time. Find the actual time in the clock. Similar to the previous one, just subtract it from 11:60. So actual time will be equal to 11:60 minus 8:30, that will be equal to 3:30 hours. So our correct answer is option C. Now let me explain a simple concept of minute spaces. We already know that a clock is divided into 12 main division, each known as an hour division. Now taking a single hour division, each hour division is again divided into 5 small spaces. These small spaces are known as minute spaces. So 1 hour has 5 spaces. Then 12 hours will have 12 into 5, that is equal to 60 minute spaces. So in short, a clock has a total of 60 minute spaces. Now talking about the distance covered by hour needle and minute needle. The main point to be noted is that a minute needle covers the distance of 60 minute spaces in 60 minutes, whereas an hour needle covers the distance of only 5 minute spaces in 60 minutes. Thus, in short, the minute needle covers 55 minute spaces more than the hour needle in 60 minutes of time. Moving on to our next type of question. Before that, in this type, we'll be asked to find the time at which the needles will be forming a specific angle and that too in a particular interval of time. Here we can apply a simple trick, that is a simple formula for required time. So required time is equal to 60 by 55 into n, where n is the total minute spaces gained by the minute needle. Now what is this 60 by 55? In the previous concept of distance covered by minute needle and hour needle, I told you that the minute needle covers 55 minute spaces more than the hour needle in 60 minutes. That is, 55 minute spaces are gained in 60 minutes. Then 1 minute space is gained in 60 by 55 minutes. So, n minute spaces will be gained in 60 by 55 into n, which is our equation for the required time. Let's see our question. At what time between 5:30 and 6 will the hands of a clock be at right angle? First of all, the point to be noted is to be at right angle, the needle should be at a distance of 15 minute spaces. Let's consider a clock showing 5 hours time. At 5 o'clock, the minute needle will be pointing to 12 and the hour needle will be pointing to 5. So, the two needles will be at a distance of 25 minute spaces. Here, for the minute needle to be in right angle with the hour needle, it should be at 15 minute spaces apart, and that too in the time interval 5:30 and 6. So, to be at right angle, the minute needle has to gain a total of 25 plus 15, that is 40 minute spaces. So now we got the value for n, just simply substituting for n in the equation of required time, we get required time is equal to 60 by 55 into 40, that is equal to 43:07 by 11 minutes past 5, and our correct answer is option A. Our next question is, at what time between 7 and 8 o'clock will the hands of a clock be in the same straight line but not together? It is similar to the previous one, but the point to be noted is that for two needles to be in a straight line, they can be either one upon the other lying together or be in exact opposite directions. And here it is specified that the needles are not together. So, first of all, let's consider a clock showing 7 hours time. So, the minute needle will be pointing to 12 and the hour needle will be pointing to 7. From the figure itself, we can understand that for the two needles to be in a straight line, the minute needle has to gain only 5 minute spaces. That is, when the minute needle will be pointing to 1, it will be in exact opposite direction to the hour needle, making a straight line. So, the total minute spaces gained by the minute needle to be in straight line with the hour needle is 5 minute spaces. So, the required time can be calculated as 60 divided by 55 into 5, that is equal to 5 into 5 by 11 minutes. So Our correct answer is option C, that is 5 by 11 minutes past 7. Now moving on to the next type of question. An accurate clock shows 8 o'clock in the morning. Through how many degrees will the hour hand rotate when the clock shows 2 o'clock in the afternoon? In the beginning of this session, I have told you that the angle made by an hour needle in 1 hour will be 30 degree. So here, the hour needle to reach at 2 has to cover a distance of 6 hours division starting from 8. So to calculate the angle, so here the angle covered will be equal to 30 into 6, that is 180 degree. So our correct answer is option B. So that's it for today. We'll be coming with more such videos, so stay tuned. Until then, you can practice these kind of questions which are available in our Telegram channel. The link will be provided in the description box. So stay safe, stay healthy and achieve your dreams. And please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.